I've escaped. The crisp air of the forest manages to steal a smile from you. The gardens of the villa are mostly empty, save for the carriages, waiting by the main gates. Are you really going to brave the woods in that gown? And with these shoes? Yes. Do lean on me. I'll make sure to catch you before you fall. He makes it sound tempting. You collect your skirts in your hands and head to the untamed trees that cordon the villa. Are you sure we'll be able to find these springs? We just need to keep our ears open for the sound of water, splashing, gurgling, flowing. Ooh, I like this background. It's pretty. That's a nice background. The stone slab under your heels turns into a carpet of dead leaves covering the ground. Hi, Ringtail! Lurking tonight, have a lovely, wonderful stream. Thank you! Thank you for the lurk, I appreciate it. Come on in and get cozy. Take it easy on yourself. I hope you have a good Friday. Blah, 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 blah. How you feeling, buddy? Yes, now that I'm away from that poison amalgam of cruelty and perversion. He shudders. I have encountered rotten people before. I know how to deal with them, but that was a fatal dose. He's so dramatic, but getting his flare back means that he is feeling better. Yippee! You look alive to me. I'm not, and neither are you. You know one good thing to come out of it? He stops in his tracks. We can still ourselves so that we make no sound. None at all. Try it. I got powers. They have powers. I have silence powers? Unbound by mortal limitations, you can embrace stillness, cease breathing, and listen. Oh, the music stopped. The forest is alive. Overhead, the birds sing to each other in a choppy chorus of chirps and trills. The canopy sways in a song of its own, verdant and rustling. The quick, nervous scuttling of a critter makes a leaf fall, and you hear it gently twirling in the air before it lands on your head. Alpheon collects it with a smile. This is also music. Ooh, romantic. Do I hear any water? Thank you for making me hear it. Are you feeling inspired? Thank you for making me hear it. Yeah. Thank you for making me hear it. His smile is tender like a flower in bloom. You resume walking, carefully avoiding rocks and high arched roots to the best of your abilities. Alpheon, who usually defeats silence with his boisterous voice, seems to prefer the forest song to his own. You're quiet. He smiles softly. The tenderness behind the curve of his lips makes your heart ache sweetly. I'm wondering why I've never visited this wonderful place before. It's off limits for everyone who's not a noble. Of course, why share this gift with everyone when it can be denied instead? Every breath you take fills your lungs with a crisp, fresh air. Dead leaves crunch under your heels, and they almost cover the distant sound of water. Did you hear that? Am I gonna get... Okay, so when we played this back in the day with the demo, there was, like, the CG we had for Alpheon was us naked in a stream. Am I getting naked stream Alpheon tonight? Because if I am, I'm gonna need a lot more water to hydrate with. Once you stop, the swooshing becomes clearer, and Alpheon's radiant smile is electrifying. See? I told you we'd find it. The closer you get to the water, the more verdant the forest becomes. The spring is surrounded by reeds that gently bow down to touch the surface. His hands reach for his collar, and then something shifts in his face. His fingers flow away from him to idly brush your neck.
Will you let me undress you?
Oh! Oh my god, yes! Yes, sir! Absolutely! Oh my god! Uh-huh!
You turn the volume up a little bit louder.
Voice acted. Absolutely!
I do enjoy how eager you are.
Turn it up higher. Yeah. Alpheon leaves a breathy kiss on your forehead and begins removing the pins that keep your headpiece in place. String by string, he undoes every tie until he can uncrown you slowly, savoring the way your hair cascades down your shoulders.
To think that you chose me to gift this moment to.
Oh my god!
Joe, please, I need this. I don't know why I love this man so much, but I do. He hides his face in your neck, and his breath tickles your skin. His lips brush against your cheek, and he removes your earrings and on his first try. He must have had plenty of experience doing it. That is fucking true. This man has slept around so much. He knows what to do with his hands.
Yes, plenty of it. Just to have it be perfect with you.
Have fun, dude. I'm trying, buddy. His eyes locked with yours. He walks around until he faces your back.
Not letting me touch you.
You bitch.
Do you want to?
Does he even have to ask? Of course you do. Oh, fuck. Okay, do I be feral like I am, or do I, like, tease him the way he's teasing me? Fuck. Rip. His breathy chuckle does not conceal his desire.
You'll be able to do it soon enough.
Yippee! He parts your hair on your nape, makes it fall forward, playing with the curls around his fingers. His touch sets your skin alight with desire.
Being selfish, perhaps. Not letting you do the same.
Yeah, it's kind of a dick move, buddy. His hands fan over your shoulders, reach the back of your dress. Torture.
The sweetest kind, certainly. One I'd be happy to prolong.
I so greatly approves. With nimble fingers, he releases the knot that keeps the back lace of the dress taut. You hold your breath, waiting for more, you hold your breath, waiting for more. He peppers your hair with kisses, too taken by the lacing to do anything more. When the corsetry is finally loose, he pulls the sleeves down your shoulders, inhaling the scent of your skin. I'm just gonna... If this is the naked one, if I'm gonna see both of us naked, I need to locate where my son, censorship Peter, is. Yeah, you need to not be there. I think it has to go, like, here-ish. I'm gonna place my bets, if I remember how the CG is supposed to look. Just in case.
How exceptionally restrained of you.
Is that your permission to reach for your bosom?
Titties! I'm surprised you haven't. He pulls your dress down and lunges for your breasts. Yay! I didn't expect him to make a noise! Fuck, I'm unhinged. The hum of the hum that leaves him is deep and appreciative. Between his warmth and enthusiasm, you're swept away in the moment.
Really should not do this.
Too bad we're doing it anyway. I'm gonna get a leaf up my ass.
And why not?
Yeah!
I'm allowing myself to falter, not fall. And this is dangerously close.
He presses himself briefly against you. You can feel his desire. Is he giving you a challenge?
No, please. It's one I will lose.
Too bad, I want you to lose. One last appreciative squeeze later, and he steps away from you. Really? The parting squeeze.
You can do the rest, right? I will join you in the springs. Just give me a moment.
I'm gonna look down. Can I look down? You want to ask what he's going to do, but hesitate, which only confirms your suspicion. You release the breath you were holding. He got a little excited. He had a flute to play. Now that Alphion's spell has been broken, you return to the forest that surrounds you, the water gurgling among the chirps and whirs. With a sigh, you fold your dress and take your first step into the water. Oh boy. It's freezing. Exactly what you need to cool off after burning for Alphion. Oh shit! Fuck! Boobs! I guessed right! I guessed right on the placement! Let's go! Yippee! I gotta censor the titties! He joins you after some minutes later, covering himself up until the water can do it for him. Until the water can do it for him. Yeah.
Hope you didn't miss me too much.
Did you just jerk it? Did you just jerk yourself off into a tree, man? The leg he bends for modesty is statuesque, just like the rest of him. His broad shoulders wreath around an equally broad chest. His muscles seem sculpted by the heavens themselves.
Mesmerized?
Yeah.
I spellbound, list goes on, nod, wanting, how could it big list.
Enticed, spellbound. The list goes on.
Yeah.
There's no bashfulness in his chuckle. He enjoys being
I
desired.
have to say, the freezing water is doing wonders for my desire.
Oh, it's shrinking. It's your turn to smile. The water glistens on his tan skin, taut and flawless.
I cannot hide anything from you, bare as I am. Why?
You are?
With downcast eyes, he forces himself to
You
smile.
deserve to know the sort of man I am. Awful. Truly. I am irresponsible, cowardly, and vain.
I could fix you.
For the longest time, I used bedfellows to distract myself from regret. It used to consume me, before I knew of your heart.
And what is it that you used to regret?
Accepting the abyss's bargain.
Oh. Becoming leashed to the will of the abyss and immortality. I mean, you wouldn't have met me? Do you regret it? Do you regret it?
No. Had I refused the abyss, I'd be dead, and I would never have met you.
Don't say that, Alfionn.
It's true. I embraced it under duress.
You want to ask him about it, but can't. He doesn't want to unearth those
For
memories.
the longest time, I wished I had refused it and become mortal again. That's why I cannot bear to be closer to you. If I were you,
If he were you, he'd refuse the yoke of the abyss and become mortal. Thank you for telling me.
thank you for listening. I was afraid you'd get mad, but why would you? I guess you need to add something else to my long list of flaws. The inability to lower my defense, even when it's detrimental to me.
About that.
He said that he was vain, irresponsible, and cowardly. You can hardly agree with his assessment of character, but there is so much he doesn't
You
see.
listed your flaws, but you're overlooking your virtues.
Yeah.
Kind, a gentle man, strong sense of right or wrong, you're a joy to be right. You have a very good sense of judgment.
It'd be so easy for someone with your talents to turn into a manipulative tyrant, but I know you never will, because you care about other people.
Yeah, you did like, you know, your little mind control stuff, but you're kind of cool about it.
You don't want to do wrong by them. You are a gentle, kind man, and so sweet to me, so tender. I love that you're not afraid to show it.
Yeah.
He's fighting back tears.
Warm and sweet and joyous. Why can you not see it?
Keys.
You cup his face and pull him into a
I'm
kiss.
not that terrible after all. But you didn't deny my flaws.
Yippee.
He squishes cheeks.
I did not.
Ha!
Keys.
You kiss him
I
again.
wonder how future me will be. Brave, responsible,
And
Pregnant.
still vain.
Do not pop the counter.
yes, I don't think that will ever change.
He leans back, a vision of bronze skin and taut muscles sculpted to otherworldly perfection. A sigh of escape leaped from his pretty
I
lips.
know what that means if I answer the call of the abyss.
I'll pop the counter.
Yippee.
It wants you to yoke the entire city.
What's up, Peter? Yeah, censorship Peter's out and about. Alfion's dick is under the water, but our side boob is side boobing real hard right now. Hi, Joe. Hi. See you just in time. Yippee!
For all to be a chorus under my lead. Yes, imagine having thousands and thousands of thoughts that don't belong to you flood your mind.
I don't like that. The darkest hour will shatter the false sun, decimate the tyrants that rule atop the citadel, massacre those that rule it from the shadows. And you, the abyss's emanations, its envoys, will be the new sovereigns and
One to
gods.
judge them, one to deliver swift punishment, one to bring comfort.
Am I the judge? I know Atru's probably the punishment. Are you the comfort? Bring comfort, can I choose? I'll deliver punishment. What do you envision me as?
Which role do you envision me?
As the bringer of solace and hope. Just
Comfort.
as you did with me.
Okay.
The woods carry you to loud barking and quick hooves dampened by the carpet of leaves. Oh my god, there's a hunt going on. We can't be out here
The
naked.
hunters are coming back already.
Within you, the call of the darkest hour grows darker.
Are you in a rush?
I don't want to be spotted naked. Feels cruel to encourage him to embrace his destiny when you see just how taxing it is for him to hold wickedness within. What is the Queen's Dance if not a collection of the most decadent vileness? Tell your responsibilities for your new favorite thing. Let me handle the nobles in the abyss. Do you like responsibility?
Who told you such preposterous rumors?
You stay at the springs a little while longer, soaking and splashing freely. Now unburdened, Alphion's smile is as radiant as it should be. Once your fingertips turn wrinkly, you leave the water to be constricted by your gown. You leave the water to be constricted by your gown once again.
Okay, bye, Peter. Thank you for your service, Peter.
That was lovely. We should come here again.
If we can find the way.
It won't be too...
Suddenly, Alphion's arm jolts in front of you to protect you. His eyes glow with abyssal power as they jump from tree to
Show
tree.
yourself.
Uh-oh. A disembodied voice reaches you from afar, carried by an unnatural
I have
breeze.
no intention to harm you. I am here to parley.
Parsley.
The prodigal one rejects, robs, undermines. No more. Envoy of the abyss, voice of its will. The prodigal one shall cower before your frenzied splendor.
The abyss never spoke to me like this before.
Harbinger of the darkest hour.
Bathe the city in blood if you must.
To let the passion, the violence, the truth of the abyss be known to all.
The throes of the abyss boom inside your mind before you are pulled out of its darkest spires. To your surprise, you're still standing. Alphion is keeping you upright.
Prodigal one.
Oh, it's them! There is no one in front of you.
That is what the abyss calls me. Yes.
It's Ascanio? He's been the prodigal one this whole time? Yet you hear, unmistakably, Ascanio's voice.
You.
Oh my god, it's been him? I thought it was gonna be an NPC! What? The prodigal one, and the ancient envoy that predates Atri, the blasphemer behind the false sun, is Ascanio, and he's been under your nose this whole time. I could have romanced him! How could the abyss have never... Have you ever felt the abyss while in his presence? Alphion's voice reaches you from within, soft and full of worry. Are you alright? On the outside, he appears alert, confident, but you know it's a farce. I'll relate to the... Yeah. We got a problem here, buddy. His lips thin ever so slightly.
Come out of the shadows, you.
And become your puppet. I'll pass. I know what you can do.
I thought it was gonna be an NPC this whole fucking time! Holy shit!
You've been watching me. That's not unsettling at all. It's exactly what I'd tell someone the first time I meet them.
You can picture Ascanio rolling his eyes at the
Allow me,
theatrics.
then, to be proper and introduce myself.
Come out of the shadows. Do it in person.
Alphion shows his open
I
palms.
swear on the lady's name to respect the sacredness of your mind.
I mean, yeah, we can promise, but I'm not gonna fulfill it. I'm kinda hurt that I've been betrayed by the twink! He swears on a lie. You feel him correct your observation. The goddess, 3 yet 1, holds indisputable sway over the hearts of Carolis. That is what he swears on.
Very well.
Of course he's got a gold little fucking piece. He's at the ball. Darkness coalesced in the distance, pooling among the fallen leaves and risen into his shape, clad in the fineries of the halls of elevation. His tinted spectacles are gone. The truth of the abyss manifests itself in his violet eyes, a mirror of yours, of Atri's, of Shiroko's.
You are nothing like I imagined you to be.
That's my twink. This is the first thing on Alfion's mind. A scowl darkens Ascanio's features.
I am keenly aware of how disarming I look.
He didn't manage to fool you.
I am Ascanio, warden of the halls of elevation, and the keeper of the refrain. To you, I am the prodigal one.
The warden!
Oh, he's in charge of the halls too? Are you fucking kidding me?
Marinette didn't tell you.
We're not calling for Save. Save. Atri. Only if you want this parley to end in a bloodbath, dear. You glare at Alfion. He's not hostile. Let's hear him out, I say. Okay, fine. Your thoughts are in disarray as questions, accusations, observations pile onto each other, each more urgent than the other. Now you understand why you were granted shelter to the refrain, so he keep a watch on you. And what of your exchanges by moonlight? Were they not his attempts to... No, he never tried to convince you of anything.
Why are you parleying with us? You must know what the abyss wants from me. The darkest hour, the undoing of all your work.
So you say. But I have seen what you cherish, what the abyss calls the false sun. What you truly want is not a massacre, but hope.
The darkest hour is why I exist.
Is that why you've been so generous to Brother Mattia and Sister Aliste?
Aliste?
Slaughter them as acolytes of the false sun.
What makes you refuse the abyss, Ascanio?
This is rich, coming from you.
The irony isn't lost on me.
The reason is quite simple. Death engorges the abyss with souls, and each one of them loses their essence and becomes part of the abyss. Much like a drop of silver would lose itself in the sea. The innocent soul of a stillborn has the same worth of that as a murderer.
Okay. He can barely contain a
The
snarl.
victim will never escape their violator. They will meet again in the abyss and become one. Doesn't it sicken you?
I mean, it gives me pause.
No justice under the abyss's tyranny. No heavens reward the virtuous. No eternal punishment awaits the wicked in the hells.
Oh, okay, so we're just discovering, heaven and hell don't work. Religion's false. Get it.
Can you imagine what Carolise would have been without the goddess?
I got too cold. Turn my fan off. Not much different from any other land ruled by envoys. Mortals don't need the false sun to know what's right or wrong. Yeah, mortals, I guess. I'm gonna have hope for them.
Would they? Without a guide? Without an example? I don't. The abyss
Oh.
slithers in hunger. So the Temple of Dawn establishes soup kitchens. It feeds on the pain of childbirth. So the Temple of the Prime begins cultivating herbs that save mothers. The abyss festers in death. So dusk steals grisly demises and turns them into somber quietness.
It's mortals who act so charitably, so selflessly, all while singing the hope of hope and justice. Giving them hope,
The
I
heavens
guess.
are a reward, just as the hells are.
I have always found it strange how the goddess is opposite to the abyss in every way. But you created her to be.
We are envoys. Our task has always been that of shepherding mortals, guiding them, making them flourish. But I couldn't do that in the name of the abyss. The mortals were eager to pour faith out of their hearts, and chose the goddess.
His snarl loses its edge, and his confidence shows itself toward the farce it is. A deep, ancient sorrow emerges from the abyss within him like an unearthed root. So, quick question, buddy. So, if you are the prodigal one, does that mean like the plot line you gave us where you're like, my wife and child are dead, does that mean that that was your past life before you became an envoy? Because that would make sense, I guess. It was like mischief. How dare you?
Hi, Ven. How are you?
There was a time when I was blissfully complacent and ignorant of grief. I had a wife and a lovely daughter.
Oh good, I get the lore. He told you about them.
Tessa, your daughter, and Marla.
A small smile tugs at his
You
lips.
remembered?
Yeah, I did. Please don't kill me. I'm doing well. I'm hanging out, chilling. We discovered who the Prodigal one is, and we're gonna be finishing this game tonight. Yippee! It's a lot of reading though, so I'm trying to stay hydrated.
You must have thought Tessa died a baby. But no. She was a few days shy of her 23rd summer when...
Even after all this time, his eyes glisten with
She was
tears.
a brilliant young woman. So much so that she impressed the masters of Oriani, who invited her to study the night sky under their guidance.
The lines of his face are hard, bracing. You know his story has no happy ending.
One day she returned home with a young man.
Oh no! It's unusual for Alpheon to be so silent. When you look over at him, to him, you notice his clenched jaw, his tense lips. He might have promised Ascanio to respect his thoughts, but he can't help but feel what the other is feeling. Sorrow, hopelessness, fury. Above all, Ascanio is enraged. You place a hand on Alpheon's, and he relishes your grounding touch.
Her beloved told us she was with child, but something was terribly wrong. She was stiff, bleeding heavily, barely able to walk.
Okay, so the baby was, not great. The shadows around him stretched like maws to feed off his
It
fury.
was killing her. And back then, there were no herbs that could flush out the child. No way to save her that wouldn't butcher her. My blood was barely enough to sustain her. There was nothing I could do. She passed away in my Marla's arms. And when she did, the shadows that had always accompanied me drowned her in the embrace of the abyss.
Oh. His fury burns hot and his words boil with it.
Imagine seeing the soul of your daughter become a drop in the sea. Imagine seeing wretches and violators flow in the shadows next to her.
Every word of his slams the shadows away, and yet they cling onto him like obscene lovers.
I wouldn't wish this pain upon anybody. Yet it has been mine for more years than I can count.
The Abyss loves his suffering and adores his pain, cherishes his rage. It's what has sustained Ascanio for past centuries, raw and ever-burning fury.
She deserved a place in the sky, among the stars she loved. But the Abyss robbed her of that, and took her away to merge with the rabble.
So it's basically the afterlife is just everything gets melded into a pot. He is left seething with droplets of blood falling from his hands where his fingernails dug too deep. Alpheon looks down, horrified at his own crimson-stained hands where he did much the same.
The Abyss is violence, hunger, pain, vengeance.
Under the yoke
Oh.
of the abyss, it is.
What was that line? Carolees can be different. Is it a crime to nurture hope and wish for peace? Ah.
I have tried to find ways to cut souls from the Abyss, but it's been all for naught. For my accursed blood belongs to it too. I cannot make the heavens real, but the ladies could walk among the mortals.
You're not suggesting her, Archery, and I become.
Oh.
You are.
He wants us to become the goddesses?
3 you are, just like them. Dawn, the Prime, and Dusk. What the Abyss wants from you, to be its wielder of the scales and the sword, I want as well, in the name of the goddess.
True perversion of the Abyss's plan for you.
You as bright-eyed Dawn, bringer of hope, Atri as the fierce punisher of the Prime, and you Alpheon as.
Alpheon's voice cracks.
You cannot ask that of me.
Yeah, no, he doesn't want that. The two exchange a long, silent
I
look.
can ask you to consider the possibility to perform the duties of dusk. While not presenting yourself as such, there is no shortage of wizened women who can play the part instead.
Alpheon's shoulders relax ever so slightly.
You could lead by example, without the need of your chains. And once you set the city's course anew, the mortals will do the rest, as it is their right to do.
When you close your eyes, your heart throbs with the call of the darkest hour. Underneath their charitable veneer, the mortals crave the frenzied change only you can offer. The darkest hour, a bloodbath of nobles and Laverna, the toppling of false temples. Or a new dawn as a goddess. Ah, shit! Okay. Shit. Okay, fuck, okay. This is big important. Big important. If I unleash the darkest hour, I don't think that's a great idea. Ah! Do you want to become a god, Ascani or Alpheon? You refuse the call of the abyss. Its blood-stained future, a deep sorrow steals your breath away. Alpheon recognizes your pain. It's the same one he feels when he invokes her name.
The ladies might not be true, but I have felt their touch in the city. That's because you based them on them, didn't you? On Mara and Tessa.
Ow! I'll drink water. Okay. Take it for the self-care check. Oh, thank you, Gambit. Oh, a big stretch. Okay, so if I were to load and select... Okay, if I do this...
What then? Are you going to play the part of the perfect envoy and embrace the mandate of the abyss? Are you going to make it happy and fight me?
Huh. I don't know, I might.
Such confidence for someone who's been walking on this earth the lifespan of a longevous flower.
Wow, okay, damn, alright. Back a care package away I go. Thank you! I appreciate the care package!
I beg you to reconsider.
Okay, alright, so that's... I don't like that he's disagreeing with me.
Us becoming the full sun will not make the heavens or hells any more real. You say they give mortals hope, but I see them as a crutch. Not enough of a deterrent for the wicked like the Laverna, and a fearful chain around the hands of the just. Do the mortals act benevolently of their own accord or out of fear? They are stifled.
If you remove the promise of divine retribution,
The gallows and the gals are to mete out punishment, Alpheon. It must be delivered during a mortal's life, not walked into a fantasy.
Oh, I don't like that we're just like siding with the Abyss.
How naive to think only of punishment and not rehabilitation. The abyss doesn't want you to feed the starving. In their death's throes, it grows stronger in the deadly pain of childbirth. It fulfills its purpose.
I think we gotta become a Lady of Dawn.
Are you going to bring Carolise back to where it was to appease the abyss?
I don't care about any of that. Your goddess ignores the pleas of the people. But when I close my eyes,
You feel the call of the Abyss of the darkest hour.
rage and torment is mine. They implore me to bring justice to the city, and that means blood.
You can't bring forth the darkest hour alone. You will need Atri's yoke and... With a teeth-bared snarl, Ascanio disappears into the shadows. Why did Alpheon let him get away? Yeah, Alpheon's not liking any of this. Before you can voice your displeasure, you see his face. How lost he looks, how hurt. Oh no! What's up?
I thought... Never mind.
Okay, yeah, this is not the solution. Things didn't work out with your beloved! No! Okay, he broke up with me. Load. So we are definitely becoming a Lady of Dawn. Alright. If I have it set to skip, will it skip red text? Red only. Perfect. Skip. Okay. Now in tears,
Carolise needs the goddess.
Ascanio nods.
I can become her, but Alphion.
The look he gives you is tender, resolute, and somewhat lost.
As much as I don't like it, and so long as I don't masquerade as Dusk, I could fulfill her duties. Yes.
We just kind of accept our fate.
Verily.
Ascanio's frown relaxes, and his face radiates incredulous happiness. Uh-oh! I'm in hell! Then the abyss crashes down upon you.
Envoy of the abyss, harbinger of the darkest hour. It is its voice
You embody
its will.
its truth.
Hi.
The prodigal one
Is ruin. The prodigal one is falsehood.
The prodigal one feeds them. Shards of mediocrity.
You return to the forest, to the chirping of birds and the shade of the canopy, clutched in Alphion's arms. Hey Alphion, remember like 30 minutes ago when we were naked in a creek? And now we have to become gods? What the fuck, man?
The Abyss did not take it well.
No. He looks as queasy as you do.
Truly, it's a testament to our resolve. There is much we need to discuss once this accursed dance is over.
I can't believe we're like kind of grouping up and defying the abyss.
Which I originally attended to bring forth the darkest hour.
Great sense of loss makes your insides twist. You will never paint yourself red in their blood. You will never tear through them as their servants want. Good. You force yourself to
Why
think.
not make those pitiful nobles cower in fear of the goddess instead?
Okay. A handsome grin grows on Alphion's
The
face.
dance is being held on the day she is supposedly the farthest away from the earth. Having her walk among them would certainly chastise them.
Not kill them, no. Gently steer them.
Begin your rule with one striking first impression.
Am I gonna come out to the ball naked?
Then what?
He sounds equally thrilled and
She
afraid.
still needs to be convinced to join our cause.
She's stubborn like a goat.
That is why I'm leaving the convincing to you. And you'll need to embrace the immortal powers of the Abyss, first to then twist them in the goddess's name.
Okay. You're keenly aware of it.
Look at you, ordering us around.
What role will you play in all of this?
God.
The same one I've been playing for 5 centuries.
500 years, my god, dude! He bows to you both.
Trust I will see you at the dance.
Don't tell me you're leaving us here.
I'd hate to intrude on your time together.
What, you don't want to join us in the creek? It's kind of hot. Damn it. You blink and he's gone.
Oh. I just can't picture him as a parent. He was telling us the truth, mind you. His grief was earnest, and the memories of his wife and child, dulled by centuries, were real. That grief, that rage, their intensity stupefied me.
He raises his hands. The blood there is dried and
I
clumped.
need to wash them before I ruin my clothes.
You avoid a gnarly root and begin walking. Didn't tell us half the story. Why did he insist on hiding himself? He didn't tell us everything.
You'd be correct, but I picked up a detail or two. When he mentioned a tree, for example,
A
he was
tree.
feeling guilty. I wonder why.
Once he reached the pool, he quietly dips his hands in the water.
Well done.
What you said about acting as Dusk, but not masquerading as her.
You see Alphion's lips
I
thin.
told you, I can change guises.
Okay. You can shift your form? He gestures at his braided hair, which wasn't as long a couple of days ago. Oh, yeah, he can change form.
That's why Ascanio must have suggested me being Dusk. He knows what I'm capable of.
He stops, and when you turn, you see the hurt in his face.
But I'm happy with who I am.
His voice breaks your heart, and you wrap your arms around him. Surprised by the surge of emotions, he's not letting you understand the abyss within
I
him.
don't wish to be anybody else.
He just wants to be Alphion. He likes how he is.
I understand.
He hides his face in your shoulder. You expect it to turn wet, but he is not
You
crying.
don't have to hold back.
You can cry into my shoulder. It's okay.
I am hideous when I cry. I refuse to do it.
I like an ugly crier. Come on, buddy.
And you call art archery stubborn.
Birds chirp merrily around you as the fronds sing their verdant song. Alpheon spends a moment more in your
What
arms.
would I do without you?
Do not dare put yourself down like that again. You'd still be charming people. No, don't put yourself down. You are a beautiful man. We love you.
Yes, miss. Sorry, miss.
Yeah. A grin grows on his face.
Wait. Otherwise, what will you do?
He feels better already, but how much of it is a farce for you?
I do feel better. Thank you. Why was I so eager to be responsible again?
Oh my god, he can read my thoughts. I forgot. You take your time to return to the party, the time you used to come up with a plan to show the nobles what the goddess really is about.
I'm gonna terrify the fuck out of them.